Failure is a word that so many people fear. It's something most of us try to avoid at all costs, and when it happens, it feels like a crushing blow. It can make you question your worth, your abilities, and whether you're even on the right path. But what if I told you that failure is not the end? What if failure could actually be the beginning of something far greater? What if failure could be the fuel that drives your success? You see, failure isn't something to be feared. It's something that, when looked at from the right perspective, can be one of the most powerful tools in your life. Failure teaches you more than success ever will. When you succeed, it feels good, of course, but you don't learn as much. You don't push yourself to reflect, adapt, and improve the way failure forces you to. It's in those moments when everything falls apart that you learn what you're made of. You see your weaknesses clearly, and more importantly, you see what you can do better. Think about the people who have achieved great things. Every single one of them has failed, often many times. It's not that they were naturally more talented or lucky than anyone else. It's that they learned to use failure as fuel. Instead of letting it stop them, they turned their failures into lessons, into opportunities to grow and improve. They didn't see failure as the final verdict on their dreams. They saw it as part of the process. So what if you could change your relationship with failure? What if instead of avoiding it, you embraced it? Imagine what you could accomplish if failure no longer had the power to hold you back. Imagine how far you could go if every setback became a step forward. The truth is, failure is not a wall, it's a doorway. And on the other side of that doorway is everything you've ever wanted. The question is, are you willing to walk through it? The first step to turning failure into fuel for success is accepting that failure is inevitable. You can't avoid it. No matter how hard you try, no matter how careful you are, there will be times when things don't go as planned. That's just life. But what you can control is how you respond to failure. Will you let it defeat you, or will you let it drive you to work harder, smarter, and with more determination than ever before? When you fail, it's easy to feel like you're not good enough. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you don't have what it takes. But those feelings are just a distraction. They don't reflect the truth. The truth is, failure doesn't mean you're not capable. It means you're learning. It means you're growing. It means you're trying, and that's more than most people can say. Most people are too afraid of failure to even start. They'd rather stay comfortable and safe, even if it means never reaching their full potential. But you're different. You've already taken the first step by daring to try, by putting yourself out there and risking failure. That takes courage, and it's something to be proud of. But now you need to take the next step. You need to use your failure as fuel. Look at what went wrong and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do better next time? What needs to change for me to succeed? Failure gives you the gift of clarity. It shows you exactly where your weaknesses are, so you know what to work on. It gives you the chance to sharpen your skills, to build your resilience, and to come back stronger. Failure isn't a setback, it's a setup for your next success. But turning failure into fuel isn't just about learning from your mistakes. It's also about changing your mindset. Too often, we see failure as something negative, something to be ashamed of. But in reality, failure is neutral. It's not inherently good or bad, it's just information. It's feedback. It's telling you what didn't work so you can figure out what will. The sooner you stop seeing failure as a personal flaw and start seeing it as part of the process, the faster you'll move forward. You also need to recognize that failure is temporary. It's a moment in time, not a permanent state of being. Just because you've failed doesn't mean you'll always fail. Just because something didn't work out this time doesn't mean it never will. Every failure brings you closer to success, as long as you don't give up. The only way failure can truly defeat you is if you stop trying. But as long as you keep going, as long as you keep learning and adapting, you're on the path to success. Think about it. What's the alternative? If you let failure stop you, where does that leave you? Stuck. Stuck in the same place, with the same dreams, but no progress. Stuck wondering what could have been, if only you'd had the strength to keep going. But if you use failure as fuel, if you keep moving forward, no matter what, then success is inevitable. It's just a matter of time. The people who achieve great things in life aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail the most. They're the ones who take risks, who put themselves out there, who are willing to fall down again and again because they know that every failure brings them closer to success. They know that failure isn't a dead end, it's a detour, a chance to find a better way forward. So the next time you fail, don't see it as the end. See it as the beginning of something new. See it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become the person you need to be to achieve your goals. Failure doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. And if you respond with resilience, with determination, and with a refusal to give up, then failure will become your greatest ally. Remember, failure is fuel. It's not something to be feared, it's something to be embraced. It's the spark that ignites your potential, the push that gets you closer to your dreams. Every time you fail, you're getting stronger, smarter, and more capable. Every time you fail, you're one step closer to success. So don't run from failure. Don't let it intimidate you or make you feel small. Instead, use it. Learn from it. Let it drive you forward. Because in the end, failure isn't something to avoid. It's the very thing that will fuel your success.